Hello and welcome back to a Nomad Tale. In the closing moments of the previous episode, I mentioned some theorizing and woke up an old friend from a deep slumber. This episode has two distinct arcs. First, you'll learn all about Starbase mechanics as you tag along during a real but low-stakes eviction campaign against another solo player. Then, we're going to break through our own inhibitions and realize the effort we've put into making our military a force to be reckoned with. So, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. As a nomad, I have long suspected our strongest asset to be our willingness to move, to walk away, to put our pride on hold, and really just chase the greater experience. However, a mere suspicion has little value to us as truth seekers, right? We need to demonstrate why being willing to change systems is so valuable. And to do that, I'm going to need a volunteer. To find one, I scoured Anoikis far and wide, looking for someone who I could attack while retaining the ability to sleep easy at night, you know what I mean? Thinking this was going to be a monumental task, I steeled my nerves and prepared for a weeks-long search. As luck would have it, though, it didn't take me long to locate a suitable candidate. And that's where we pick back up. I found a capsuleer who is a bit of a flagrant provocateur. They are a solo player who uses ship, character, and tower names to push a rather foul and perhaps universally lambasted real-world message. To be clear, I have no interest in talking about ideologies, politics, or anything else outside of the scope of EVE. Instead, I want to employ this capsuleer as a bit of an unwitting training dummy of sorts so that we can learn how to be safer with our own starbases moving forward and maybe one day learn how to prize hunt CHAs. As you'll see by their demeanor, this capsuleer has no allies and has chosen J-Space as a home simply due to the idea that it's hard to get evicted when you're solo out here, right? They are very much employing a defense that relies on us experiencing futility and giving up, and they claim this system as their own, and they have no intentions of leaving. With a strong desire to both improve and learn, I intend to show that it is a dangerous game to lend otherwise ethical capsuleers the moral justification to employ more heavy-handed tactics, right? So to accomplish this, I've gone back to the drawing board with the Orca. Traditionally, we've just used it to store things, lug POS fuel around, and as a glorified mobile depot, right? What I want to try instead is to use it as a depot for hardware. Instead of having our pilots sit in a ship and a couple swaps here and there, I want to try storing packaged ships inside of the Orca's various bays and using a corporate hangar array to assemble those ships as required, right? Essentially, ad hoc fleet compositions. By doing this, we can adjust our fleet like never before, and hopefully, this strategy should make us an absolute nightmare to deal with in these extended, small-scale campaigns. And we're back. So the torpedo launchers went down really quick. And again, they had no ammo in them, and even if they did, I don't think they'd be able to apply much damage to our ships. It would simply put a little bit of tank on them and keep some velocity. I don't think they would apply much. And if they did, no problem. We would just come up with another strategy. But since they were empty with ammo, all we had to do was pop them real quick. We didn't even have to pop them. I just felt like it, honestly. So yeah, now we have some coercers that are orbiting here, and I'd like to get them a little closer because their range is 11 to 14, right? I'd love to get them right on that 11 range, and to do that, we have to kind of approach it, wait for it to be 0, and then orbit. We did this with clouds a long time ago too. Gets you a little closer. When you're gonna be here for hours, you want to be as close as humanly possible. See that? Oh, there's a Loki. Look at that. See that? See that Loki? Yeah, I literally just saw a Loki. That's funny. Damn, we got busted up by a Loki real quick. Okay, so this is the guy who owns this pass. I think this is one of his mains. It's hard to tell. And that's one of his alts right there. Okay, what is he gonna try to attack my tower? I don't think so, bro. Let's turn our tower on real quick before he hits it. Didn't anticipate him to come back and immediately start trying to attack my buildings. That's actually really funny. That might make this way more interesting than I anticipated. Wait, what's happening? Wait, what's happening here? A turbo guy just shows up and is now killing the cat that's hitting my tower. I'm so confused. Okay. Alright, Turbo. Alright, Turbo. Showing up. Yeah, so I'm actually just DMing this guy real quick. The wolf pilot who killed that catalyst. I'm gonna see if we can get a little info. And never mind. Oh my gosh, look at this. No shot. No shot. He gets... Oh my god. He got caught. Oh my god, he literally got caught. I can't believe it. Yo, Turbo just shows up literally out of fucking the blue. And just shreds this guy. So the scary part is that I have to somehow get my ships into this system. My strategic cruisers. And I have eyes on the other side, but I highly suspect that they might be still watching it, so I'm gonna take a deep breath and see what I can do here. I think we'll be lucky though. It's been quite some time. Well, that guy was certainly cloaked on the whole. I have a decision to make here. He's not shooting me yet. Oh, wait. Never mind. Holy shit, am I gonna have to fight Turbo here? I was not ready for this. See if he follows me through. Wild. See if we can get out of this. Super scary stuff, not even gonna lie to you. So this is basically Turbo going, no, you're not gonna just walk in here, Mr. Nomad Man. And they were very close to getting me. If they had a couple more guys there, I probably would have lost that Pilgrim. But the reason I kept him was because I had my other ship staged on the other side. And I was able to jump through and get the Heretic to try for one of those instead of the Pilgrim. But what he'll realize after seeing this, and he probably already knows it, and to be clear, this guy's better than me, obviously, but I have more info than him. My Pilgrim is the slowest piece of junk on the planet. Right, he could have caught this when I jumped back through if he wanted to go for the decloak. But when I realized that, I immediately decloaked my other ships and jumped through, and he had to make the choice. Do I go for that Pilgrim, which I might get, or for one of those strat cruisers, which I'll probably get? Oh, there's the Heretic. Oh, I went back. Oh no. Who the f is that? Oh my god, he got caught. That's too funny. Oh no, that's too funny. He got caught in the Tyra. Oh no. Oh my gosh, this is like a whole story, dude. This is like a whole story. I can't believe it. This guy literally got beat down from like all angles. Oh gosh, he's just taking a huge L right now. This is hard to watch. Damn, this is the same hole I just slipped all my stuff through. Look at the size of this fleet, yo. I was threading a very, very, very small needle there. Or they let me go. I haven't talked about that, but there's a chance to just let me go there. It looked like they were going for me though. They probably would have at least tried to submit me before anything else. Dude, what is happening? I don't know if this is like a bigger group board. They're just patrolling the chain, killing people, or like they're fascinated by me trying to solo evict this guy, or they're like... or this is just a series of coincidences. I don't know what's happening, but it's cracking me up. I should ask him if it's his first f***ing eviction. Jeez Louise, man. So yeah, it's been a bit, and he slipped another Tyra in here when Turbo vacated. And it looks like he's flying it around. I haven't quite seen where he is coming from yet, but we are watching the connection to HiSec now. Oh my gosh, he's actually here. What am I watching? Alright, we'll force him through here and get him on the other side. He's through. I'm gonna try to get some more ships here real fast. See if I can bubble his pod or something. Oh, there he is. Oh, dude, I'm pretty far off, actually. What was I doing? Doesn't matter. We had a rolled action point on a Proteus. It's gonna reach. Oh, well, he ejected, so that means there's nothing in it. Didn't get our bubbler here in time. Oh well. Alright, so I'm hitting his past a little bit, just seeing what he's doing, kind of feeling him out. And he brought his Jackdaw back after I shot it with one for a while. So as a response, we have brought our He's gonna go for it. This is crazy. He's gonna actually go for it? No way. This is actually kind of annoying. If he can just skirt back into the force field after shooting, I don't really see a world where we can stop this guy from stopping us. Alright, he's going again. Oh, he got the scramble off. We didn't work fast enough. But he's webbed. No, there's just no way. Look at that. He barely leaves the force field, which means... Huh. That's actually really strong. I think we're gonna need another coercer or two. Yeah, so we haven't done this in a while, huh? Dropping up CHA so I can build these. I forgot I needed this. So now we got those there. We can assemble them all. Well, I guess I don't need all of them. How big are they? Oh, they're 47k. What? Alright, we'll just unpack 2 of them, I guess. 3. Alright, now on the Orca, we go center, we go back here, we grab these, put these in the ship maintenance bay. Ah, that was the secret right there. And then those, I don't even know where I'm going to put those. I haven't got this far. Oh, we have 21k in there? Alright, I can't see anything. So if we go here, and we put half of them in here and half of them in here, that works? Sick. Excellent. Okay, so we brought some coercers out. 1 or 2. Nice and easy. Just have to remember how to store ships, that's the only issue. And to do that, you can't have containers, right? So, there you go. Okay, so it appears as though he has gone. I don't know for the day, I don't know what. I haven't seen him in a while. So that means it's our time to move in. And how we've done that is we have a Kiki, who I will be watching, running the longest range Tech 2 ammo so I can orbit at a healthy distance. And then up close, we have our 3 coercers, right? So I'm going to time this. Let's go ahead and start the timer now. Stop. Well, we'll keep an eye on it and see how long it takes. If he doesn't come back to reinforce it, that's going to give us a good idea on how long it's going to take to kill the rest of the towers. Now our coercers again have to hug it, so that means we have to keep them. We have to keep that in mind when we warp off. If somebody shows up, right? We have to warp in the direction that they are, otherwise they'll never complete the warp. Yeah, easy enough. So they'll just happily sit here and fire away, which looks cool, by the way. I definitely like the way that looks. Alright, so we have created our first timer in this operation on our opponent's main starbase. And as we know from our starbase being reinforced, that is not a fun feeling at all. So this wasn't a full bay of Straught. We can see that because a full bay is for a little over 4,000 and it lasts for about 1 2/3 day, whereas this was only 1 and so he was missing a bit of Straught in there. Not that it matters. But maybe he was controlling when it comes out of reinforcement. I mean, either way, it comes out at a super inconvenient time for like most Westerners. So, if he is indeed a Westerner, he's gonna have some problems. Tyra, Tyra, Tyra. I see a Tyra. There he is. Where's he going? Maybe I can beat him to the damn freaking gate. Oh, what the f? The Tyra's back? Oh, is he just doing more? Wait, is he just going thing to thing? No way. He totally is. There he is. Is he already warping off? To where? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we found him. We actually found him. Because we have the bookmarks, I think we can beat him there and land and kill him. It's possible. Where are we gonna land? That's the $1 million question. Oh yeah, he's... Oh, he's... This dude, though. What a goober. He just lost his SMA. Locator agents are one of those game mechanics that, in all honesty, should not be a thing, right? And of course I'm super biased because as somebody who puts their gameplay out there, I've been on the receiving end of locator agents for pretty much the entire time I've been doing this. But to use it on someone else, it just feels cheap and stupid, honestly. Alright, so we are continuing our operation here, and what I want to do now is focus on some of these dead sticks that he set up to try to frustrate us. The only problem is that he's trying to intermittently scan us with his jackdaw to try to snipe some of these coercers. So we've had to pull a few back, and we're defending 2 coercers with a Loki and a Proteus now. So the damage was cut in half, or by more than half actually, but if he shows up he will die at this point, so it's a sacrifice worth making. So he just got a sig of this, so I'm gonna move them down now to the bottom. Why not? Basically, he's just trying to kill one real quick, try to get a quick little Pyrrhic victory in. But it doesn't really happen if I'm here paying attention. He might get it when I'm AFK sometimes, I don't really care though. Okay, this is pretty nuts. I saw like some weird ships on D-scan and came over here and noticed he was self-destructing ships. And now he's shooting the wrecks. This is pretty wild. Oh, okay, he's got a venture, so he does do gas. Or minerals or something. Wait a second. Wait, is he gonna jump out and try to shoot it? Because I'm about to send somebody here to steal it. That would be really, really funny. Oh my god, we have to do it. No, don't shoot it. Don't shoot it. Wait. Wait. Oh, he's gonna kill the Venture. No. Oh, wait. Is he gonna die? No way. No way. I should have pulled drones. I should have pulled drones. Oh, I should have pulled drones. What is he, armor?
To give the command to the drone requires you to have an active target. Warp drive
That was
active.
close. I'll take that. Why not? This guy, though. Too funny. I almost took that Venture from him. It was really close. Okay, so we're just about to reinforce this, and it looks like it took us about 40 minutes. So, given adding that extra couple of minutes, I forgot to start. So 40 minutes from scratch to reinforce a pass with this little fleet, like that's wormholing right there. I thought it was 25, that's why I timed this little speech, but there we go. Got it. Alright, so that is 44 hours. Whoa, that's a long time. I didn't know it was that long. Is that what this says? It says 13 hours. Oh, I thought this was the reinforced timer. Hilarious. I was looking at the shield recharge timer. Alright, no worries. So we're gonna check some other stuff out, put a pass down, and then I will, yeah, do some other stuff. I'll probably shoot one of his other sticks before downtime. Okay, so we kind of missed it, but he came in and interrupted me with the jackdaw, so he's paying attention. Okay, so what we want to do is we'll switch into that. We'll switch into that. We'll keep these two. Nice and easy. What we're doing with this Dracovac escalation is we're basically saying, like, look, dude, stop harassing me. I'm willing to put money on the field. Are you? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what that is. The only real wild card left in this, I think, well, there's two. One of them is this guy manages to get backup, which I don't think is going to happen because I personally believe that this guy is so radioactive that nobody's going to touch him, right? Who wants to have that on their record? The other option is that somebody else comes in and interrupts it. Definitely could be possible. Several people know of this by now. I mean, Wingspan could find it, Turbo saw it, everything, etc., etc. So I'm kind of anticipating losing a Dracovac, which is pretty hilarious if you think about it, but I don't really care, honestly. As long as it's not to him, I don't care. And even if it is, I still don't care. It's not going to stop me. It'll just be a little blemish. So it's kind of how we're going to approach this. So I'll keep an eye on this hole. If I see him trying to bring anything through the class 3 connection, I will certainly try to stop him. But otherwise, we'll just keep burning this tower, and if we get it low enough, we'll see how fast we can shred the hole. Easy. Okay, so a new wormhole just spawned. Oh, Astero, you see that? I want to see who's in there. Okay, well, this is a fucking huge group. Where's their Citadel? It's here. Hoppa! Who are these guys? Hoppa! Wait, that's not the group. Oh, that's just the holding, yeah. Oh, it's Parabellum. What in the Alright, we gotta get in our ships immediately. Where's the board? Pilgrim board. Interesting turn of events. Parabellum has just been linked. Okay, so this is like... I know I've been recording all this. We're probably gonna skip through a lot. So this is basically some absolute wild so basically, Parabellum has made a cameo in this video, which is crazy. We have Turbo and Parabellum already. I wonder who else is going to get involved. Wow. Time sure does fly when you're shooting star bases deep in wormhole space. So we're only a few minutes away from knocking this guy's main and only online starbase into the nether realm. But it's not going to be so plain for us. I have a couple tricks up my sleeve for this. So here we're bashing with our Dracovac with 2 coercers in tow and a hired legion following us that we've paid to shoot the enemy jackdaw if it shows up. Not shown is my Proteus, which is also spotting us. Of course, now that we're about to finish it, I've logged that Proteus off and I have a blockade runner ready to pick up loot and anchor a tower if necessary. But bringing this Legion along was kind of cool, actually. I liked having the peace of mind of not knowing that jackdaw is not going to give us a problem. Plus, it was really important to me to demonstrate to our opponent, right, that there's no shot that he's getting out of this. If I can't handle it, I'll bring people in, although I'm pretty confident I can. Really, the only thing that gives me pause is the amount of health we'll have to kill on the offline towers, but I have some ideas for that. In the meantime, let's loot these buildings, shoot them up, see what's in there. Okay, so with day 2 firmly behind us, we now are looking at a reinforced Poco, and we've killed 3 control towers. And it seems he's anchored an SMA in a new one and online the force field, so we're going to hit that one next and continue killing the dead ones and replacing them. But in the meantime, why not take some token gas sites with our prospects, right? And really, tokens are not worth that much. We're not really too fussed about the money, but I almost want this man to see us doing gas in here casually. It's gonna be very much so the ice cream ships of the Pacific Theater moment, I think. Okay, so earlier we debuted the Dracovac and showed how we were using it to kind of dissuade the jackdaw, but I never really quite explained how the heck that got into our lineup, right? So it's actually not that long of a story, and we're not going to go into fittings or anything, but it is interesting, right? So part of what I'm doing now, upon returning to the game and getting back into it, is kind of trying to take in the changes, right? And trig ships are a major change, okay? Huge change. So what happened was, like, I was just looking at the trig ships, and I was just pulling up some Dracovac numbers and stuff, and I just couldn't help but be struck by the idea that the Dracovac is just really underpriced for its power level, right? It's reminiscent of like the Society of Conscious Thought ships, like the Synesis, Gnosis, Praxi, except the trig ships actually scale properly, right? And they don't have some of the same drawbacks associated with that line, but yeah, the Dracovac is like, it's really weird how cheap it is. Like, it's cheaper than strat cruisers. It's fairly nimble, honestly, I think. And like, you can double boost it, and it does 1k plus damage, and it has so many lows. You can customize it however you want. It's a puzzling ship. You know, I don't know if maybe this is one of those types of ships that was perhaps conceived and implemented to shore up an existing weakness in the game. I don't know what exactly led to the implementation of the Dracovac and its current price point and so on and so forth, but I do know that it would be utterly foolish to not use this ship in some capacity, and moving forward, this will be our main pilot's kind of keystone ship, right? We'd have double boosts on it, we have a brawling fit on it, Basically, this is the ship that's going to make our Proteus and, you know, stuff. We're going to make them just indomitable, so. Yeah, Dragovac. Puzzling ship, but it is now our ship. Hell yeah. Okay, so we got through the first token, and our little friend here decided to start combat scanning us, which means we're gonna go fill his feed with timers by attacking all of his towers, and then we're gonna resume a bash, possibly. Yeah, so we went ahead and reinforced this Poco earlier. You saw that, and we just reinforced another one now with the Kiki Morin 3-courser. So the pace has slowed down a lot, but I have an idea for like a kill shot that we might want to explore later. But for now, I have a couple timers to work with, and we'll probably just keep hitting sticks randomly to saturate him with notifications so he eventually gets tired of seeing and responding to them and logging on, right? All that planetary interaction. Boom, boom. Alright, let's get the thing down before we find a way to screw it up. Probably shouldn't sacrifice tactical ability for... Yeah, alright, so we go there, we launch, and we anchor. Just like that. Wait, it anchors where you put it? No way. It's gonna move, right? Wait, it anchors where you put it for real? What? No, it's gonna move later, guaranteed. Wait, what does open up? Oh, wait, do I not know how this works? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so after that little tiny baby snafu that we're gonna clearly forget about, yeah, we have indeed got the required materials in the requisite amount to upgrade this to a Poco. So let's go ahead and hope we actually did it right. Alright, what do we got? Oh, right in place. It's so weird to me, right? That it just did it where I put it. Like, can you control where it is? No way. That means you would be setting the grid. Is that how sometimes these get really close to buildings? I did not know you could do that. I love that. So cool. So that's like it. It's on. There's no extra delay or anything. Wowzers. A little anticlimactic, but I'm cool with it.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Yo, I just saw him. Yo, I just saw him. He's 20 away from here. He's 20 away from here. 20 away. You ready for this? Did he did he log out? No shot, he logged out. Okay, so we have about an hour left on the Poco, and we know that he logged out a Cormorant. We were presuming it to be Longbow, which is a sniper fit. I think it can hit like 80 km or so, maybe more. And we have brought a counter out to deal with that. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If I hadn't spotted that corm ahead of time, this could have been really annoying for us, because in a wolf riot, with the cormorant's range and its sustained damage, with our ranges and our speeds and our lack of reps, he would have pushed us off of this Poco until we reshipped and found another configuration. So, wow. Seeing that cormorant ahead of time really paid off. Okay, so this is pretty funny. I logged on for the day, started scanning, and I logged on my main so that I could poke the guy's towers a little bit and set some timers, or set some alarms. And I logged on my main, and I was in my Dracovac, and apparently I was at a not a very good safe, or I don't know where I was, just floating there somewhere. And I didn't have my headphones on. And I'm just happily scanning, and I tab back over, and I'm in Abazin. I'm like, oh. What did I do? And I check, and it turns out Foxholes just saw me floating there and came and killed me, so that was pretty funny. We're gonna go ahead and grab another one of those and bring it out, but yeesh. That was one of the most loose moments I've ever had in EVE, where I just logged on like a half a bell ship with all the fittings and stuff and just let it float there. That was bad. I can actually comment a little bit more on how that happened. And I don't want this to sound like an excuse. I just want you to be aware of this. So when you use Evo Preview, if you have your windows set like this... Hold on. Oh, it just crashed. Basically, I had my windows in front of my main, and I didn't even think to look or check it after I logged in. So I didn't even see that it was logged in because other windows were blocking it. So long story short, really stupid of me. I'm smiling as I say this because it's just so foolish and funny. Yeah. So another faction enters the story, although Foxholers was more of a short cameo as an antagonist in this one, but that's okay. Good fight, good fight. Oh no, I didn't record that. That's a shame. Anyway, we found a ghost site. Got an implant. I don't think it's worth too much. What is it? Gamma or some shit. Not worth too much. There wasn't too much else in there. But in fact, we can even look. There's like 30, 40 million cans. 47 here. I just went for the blueprint because I like blueprints, right? Easy peasy. Okay, so it has been some time, and we are now staring at the reinforced timer with only a few seconds left. And we just cycled over a static, you saw that? We just cycled over our class 3 static. So this is Vestal, even better. So as I sit here bashing this, I once again got tricked by this, and I just want to make a point of this so that you are also not tricked should you be in this position. If you ref a POS like this, you're going to notice all the guns go from online to anchored, which, if you're getting tricked, you'll think that they actually offline them all manually, but instead what happened is when you ref the tower, all these went offline. So this is really good to know, because unless they have more guns anchored... Yeah, I'm actually not sure how this works. We gotta look into this, because if you get refed, you lose all your defenses, period, until you rep it back up. EVE POS Warfare. The most important takeaway from this literature is that you need to understand what the modules you use in your starbase, what they require. If they require CPU, they're vulnerable. That's why we use things like ship maintenance arrays and enormous freight containers instead of corporate hangar arrays, and so on and so forth. So we have worked tirelessly to take down these active starbases. You have to get through reinforced timers and then come back and finish them and be prepared to fight. And quite frankly, it was a grind. There's no getting around it. But we're not done here. After we polish this base off, we're going to... How do I put this? We're going to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. We're going to launch an operation that we have dubbed Killshot. And while you can't necessarily stymie an insurgency as long as morale remains, we can certainly attack that morale, can't we? And what better way to do it than to let karma come back around? As we travel through Anoikis, one of the things that we've put a great deal of emphasis on is sharing of knowledge and also, behind the scenes, sharing systems. Here we have a capsuleer that I found a system for them to call home many months ago. And would you know it, they adamantly want to repay the favor. And boy, do I have a favor for them to repay.
This is elite PvP. I feel very elite right
They've
now.
brought a friend with them, and I do believe they have a new bro tagging along as well. Between the 3 main players here, we have 12 characters, and we're going to be pushing over 24,000 DPS.
Castle walls tempt fate. Wandering is free. The soil underneath our feet knows naught but liberty.
Okay, so now that the smoke has cleared from Operation Killshot and my aspirations in that class 4, I find myself sort of without a purpose, if you will, right? So I'm going to take a little breather. I'm going to scoop some of this delicious green gas. I'm going to try to gather my thoughts. And what I honestly want to do really badly right now is sort of break up my characters and maybe go hunting in a couple different areas all at once, or I don't know, follow somebody into holes or camp a hole maybe, or I want to get creative with my PvP tactics, and I think I'm ready to take some more risks. So what we're going to do moving forward is we're going to fight a lot. We're going to ambush, we're going to blockade, we're going to camp, we're going to do pretty much whatever comes to mind, whatever opportunity presents itself, we're going to do that and see how far we can get, because historically I have been rather timid with fighting, and I don't think it has to be that way anymore now that I've gained a bit of confidence. So probably going to take some losses here with this new philosophy, but what I anticipate is learning a lot through those losses. So let's go ahead and amp up the PvP rhetoric a little bit here and try to get into some more sticky situations. So we've caught this Praxis ratting, and we have more than enough firepower to comfortably take this down. Looks like he's free, honestly. Yeah, he's just free. Okay, so we'll do a punch here. Landing, we're watching the Pilgrim's health. We can warp him out to here.
A module has run out of charge.
Okay, we're gonna target. We'll bounce back. Do a little overheating.
The capacitor is empty.
Oh, is he gonna die? Oh, he might die. Don't die on me now. Don't die on me now. Don't die on me now. Come on. Oh, did I die? Oh, man, did I really die? Damn, I got baited on my own stupid save. Darn.
Warp drive.
Oh, I could have even wrapped myself and I would have lived. It was that close.
Warp drive active.
Damn, I suck. It's pretty funny though. Damn, I could have just straight up dipped. I'm so bad. Well, I would say that's probably a loss for me, all things considered, because I didn't warp my damn Pilgrim off. But it's funny, and you know, the Praxis pilot got to laugh over it, and he got to enjoy the fight instead of just getting creamed. He got some green on the kill board, and quite frankly, we don't really give a shit about losing stuff anymore. We have the money for it, so all things considered, given that I know how silly the mistake was, and I recognize that that's probably never going to happen again. I'm going to always make sure to check my distances whenever I'm aligning in the moment like that next time. I think we're fine. Also, isn't that cool how I can see what's in it when I'm cloaked? Neat. So we've got a fairly elusive hacking interceptor here, and honestly, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to catch this guy. I think I'm going to try to land on him. See if he notices. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's out. He is all kinds of out. Come on. Yes, yo. I can't believe we actually caught this guy on grid. This Eris moves way too fast. Let's go. So this Eris has virtually no health whatsoever, but after the Interceptor rework, the mass on these is so low that they can get extremely fast. Faster than even a Saber. Just don't try to fight with it. That would be a huge mistake. 142 million. Let's go. Whoa. Let's go. Okay, so I just caught this guy mining gas on his prospects in another system. There he is. No sh. I may have missed him going in. Oh, there he is. That's him. Okay, so he went in. I think now we make a play. Alright, there he is. He didn't cloak fast enough. I got the target on him. That's actually amazing. Whoa! I don't think he has any idea we have these ships here. Oh, dude, he has no clue. Oh, are we gonna catch this Proteus here? No way. Got the wormhole targeted just in case. Don't want that to get away.
To give the command to a drone requires you
Proteus on Proteus action here. So he has to go back through the wormhole in a matter of seconds here, right? Let's just push him through before I count my chickens. He's capped out. I'm still dying. I guess that's... I'm just dying to drones. Okay. That's good. Maybe I'm just gonna go through.
The capacitor is empty.
I can't lose another pilgrim to not paying attention. Yeah, let's go. I kind of want him to go first. Oh, he went. Well, my Eris is polarized twice now. This is actually kind of weird. Wait. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, that was bad. I didn't even, like, attempt to decloak that man. Whoa. Not my finest moment. Wow, okay, this is wild. My internet has been disconnected for like 5 minutes now. Like, I physically unplugged the router and I'm still just like floating here in space. We can't redirect, we can't open the map, but it hasn't disconnected us. Surely we're disconnected on the server, but our client has not got the picture yet, which is funny. Huh. Oh, there it goes. Sweet. So we're staging the Orca in a safe, and I think I've timed it pretty well. But there's always some innate danger in this, especially since people are watching us, right? But because it's such a far warp and we warp so slowly, we should be... We can time this better in the future, I think, but we should be fine. And of course, we have 3 combat ships waiting at the location should anybody try to combat scan us. We could probably kill the tackle and warp the Orca back. But realistically, we're just going to land and cloak. We've given very little indicators for this move, so the chances of them seeing it pretty low, the chances of them catching it even lower, etc. So no combats on D-scan, which basically means we're pretty safe at this point. They have to get combats on D-scan like now if they want to have a hope of catching me. And it looks like we're safe. And then we'll just cloak up. Agonizingly slow. There we go, cloak up. I'm gonna burn down. I like to burn up and down because most galaxies or most solar systems are lateral. They are spread out like a pancake. So if you go up and down, you're less likely to run into somebody. Okay, so we're safe. We went a little bit fast on this one, not gonna lie. I'd be pretty nervous if I saw combats right now, but it would simply be warping to another safe. If we saw combats, we wouldn't go back to the pos. And that's that. Easy peasy. Sure does look cool when you do that. So I logged on today and did a little de-scanning and noticed something rather rare and peculiar. We're gonna try to kill him right now. We have a Dracovac on the way here right now, and both of our strat cruisers about to take some pot shots. I'm gonna see if I can kill that porpoise really quick, but I'm not sure we're gonna go into that bubble. That would be kind of foolish. Yeah, okay. There's the paladin. Time to go. I'm pretty nervous about any of these barges having a scram. That's why I'm kind of floating out here like this. I also think this porpoise might be full tanked. I don't think we're getting any kills here, sadly. There's still plays to be made here, though. I'm thinking maybe I'll try to catch somebody on the bubble, or sorry, on the hole on the way out. Did I get anybody? No, they were already in warp. Look at all these jet cans they left, though. Oh, we're taking all this. Kind of pissed I had to wake up the Orca for this, but you know what? That was awesome. We got 114 million for that. I mean, not the most ISK, but crucially, we didn't lose any ships to the potential of scramming and paladin combos, so wow. That was insane. That was a bit big for us, but really cool. Alright, so I'm going to talk about something right now that actually has blown my mind that I've made it this far and I didn't know about it. So, up until this point, I have been taking my fleet and manually going through them and like approaching people or keeping at range to start a fleet ball so I can control one character and they all will follow. Turns out that that's not necessary. It turns out that there is an action in game that you can activate called regroup that pulls everybody in your fleet towards you. They start flying towards you and they'll orbit you. Yeah, I'm serious. If you didn't know about this, this is revolutionary. So the first way to do this is to go to the fleet tab, fleet window, and then from the drop down you can click regroup. But recently, they have added a shortcut for us, so we're going to use the shortcut. And we'll activate our micros on our other guys just to show you what this looks like a little bit better. But if I push this key here in 3, 2, 1, watch these guys. Look at this. Unbelievable. One of them didn't have their micro on, so it's okay. So what does this mean? Oh my gosh, this means we can control all of our characters with one character even better than before. And I guess maybe that's not that exciting, but like, dude, I feel like tactically in combat, this is going to make us stronger. I feel like for our gas, it's going to make us lazier and easier. I'm just overall thrilled with this concept of the regroup function. I mean, come on, that's so sick. And then I guess one more quick note about this. If you have let's see here. How do I want to set this up? If you have somebody you don't want to take the regroup, like an interdictor or somebody cloaked or something like that, I think you can... So I think what you can do is you can drag your other character into another wing, and then technically if we stop him, we go back to our main and regroup, this guy shouldn't be following now. Yeah, so he won't follow because he's in a different wing. And then this allows you more control over, you know, who is getting these commands. Really cool. Really amazing stuff. Now, the other thing I want to touch on, you may have already seen me do this, and this is not as important, but it's good for peace of mind. If you want to warp to a moon, traditionally, we know that the POS anchors at a semi-random point around that warping location, and if you warp at range, you might end up hitting it, as unlikely as that may be. We can completely avoid that entire mental gymnastic exercise simply by clicking on the Warp to Mining Point button. This will warp you several thousand kilometers away from the POS, and you can still see it and check it out. So, whenever you warp to a moon, no longer warping to it with the warp button, we're going to use Warp to Mining Point if we want to check it out and be safe. So, 2 little tricks I've picked up that have a fairly big impact since we use both of these things all the time, right? So, we'll be trying to use this regrouping and stuff a lot more moving forward, and hopefully gain a little bit for it. So I just warped to the wrong place, and I'm like 99.9% sure I'm gonna get smart bombed here. I just warped to the wrong gate. Oof. Oh yeah, I'm super dead. 100% dead. Oh yeah. So basically I warped to the wrong gate because I got baited by the yellow from autopilot, which is pretty funny. Hilarious. It's wild to be in warp and even know you're dead. I love that. Yo, they just caught a crane here. Oh, look at that. Wonder how he got caught. Spicy. Oh, is he gonna make it back? No way. Oh, they didn't bump him, right? Oh, they did bump him. See, they bumped him off. If you're that crane, you gotta go around it. You know what I mean? You gotta actually get out of his way. Alright, so we're about to do a move here with the Orca. And what we're doing right now is we're actually timing how long it takes to warp about that far with the Orca, so we can perfectly time it to go through that whole downtime. This was something we wanted to improve a while ago, but we never quite did the legwork for it. Took us 70 seconds, 76 seconds. Okay. So from here to here will take us about 80 seconds. Cool. Okay, this always makes me a little bit nervous, no matter how much planning we put into it, but I have more than done my homework. I've been working on this exact technique for the better part of a year now, and I am highly confident in it. But of course, we could always make a mistake. And warp to attempt safe. Wipe it off. Should get there pretty damn quick, huh? And there it goes. Cool.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Okay, so we have moved into a new system, taken a leave from the bashing, and we're just gonna chill. It's a class through the low. We're probably gonna make some changes here in the next week or so, but for now I want to focus on something a little bit more bite-sized, if you will. One of the things I noticed when I was starting to spin these clouds more frequently with the prospects was that the orbit mechanics are a bit weird in this game. And we're going to talk about them right now, right? So to do this, I'm going to do a little bit of moving around beforehand, and then we'll jump cut to where we got to go. But I want to do this in a very particular way to show you exactly what's happening when we do these orbits, and how they can screw up, and how you can basically guarantee that you always get a good orbit. So when you orbit something or approach something, it automatically tries to kick you out to the closest possible outside edge of the object you're in, okay? And then once you're there, what it's going to start to do is start to orbit. Now, I want you to pay very close attention to this, and we're going to do a little bit of science here. In fact, let's do it like this. Let's, let's position it like this, and we'll do a time lapse. And I'm going to drop bookmarks like crazy. And then what we'll do is we'll speed this up, and I'll show you exactly what's happening and explain why it happened. Okay, I think we can stop now, thankfully, because I'm tired of dropping bookmarks. That was tedious. So you're going to be able to immediately see what I'm talking about here, okay? When you begin in orbit, look at this. You actually don't just immediately enter the best possible orbit. You see this? What your ships tried to do is they try to reach a random orbit, instead of just going with the orbit that's currently best. Okay? And the best way to think of this, and the way I believe it to work, is that when you click the orbit button, your ship chooses a random orbit and a random direction. Okay? So if you're burning in an orbit already and you click orbit, it could spit you the other way. It could spit you on an orbit that's totally perpendicular to what you are. But most importantly, the takeaway here is that when you orbit something, if your ships are very far away from this blue circle, which is activated by this keybind here, if your ships are very far away, what they'll try to do is to spiral into it. Okay? Now this is great if you're trying to avoid taking shots from like a battleship or something, right? That's why they have this mechanic here. But for us, this is actually deadly. And the reason it's deadly is super simple, right? And I'm sure you can kind of already begin to see why. If your ships are right here, and the rats spawn right here, and you're busy doing this little baby orbit right here, those rats can kill you. Does that make sense? Now, the one site where this is super obvious, and this happens a fair amount, and it's happened to me a couple times even, is the Vital Core Reservoir, because the battleships shoot really far, really accurately, and really hard. They can pretty much two-shot your prospects or whatever, right? So what happens in a Vital Core Reservoir is if you try to spin it like this, and you get stuck in one of these short orbits, trying to reach the big orbit, the battleships will just instantly kill you. Okay? Instantly. You'll just die. So you cannot attempt to spin a Vital Core, or really any site. You should try to avoid it. If you click the orbit button and turn on your overlay and you're very far away from it. Now I'm going to show you how to get around that. It's actually not so bad. So look what happens. So if we get close to the blue line, look. Number one, okay, we got to go to the edge of the cloud. See how we're going away from it? So that's reaching the edge. And now he's going to go clockwise again from this direction. But you're going to notice that we're going to be in this full orbit the whole time now. Since we started the orbit right next to the blue, we're going to be in a full orbit. Meaning it's going to be so much harder for rats to catch us. So if you can manage to manually pilot into this blue circle without getting shot, you're pretty much safe. Assuming that the rats have been drawn to the center at all. There's a bit of skill involved to setting up spins, right? Now, the last thing I want to talk about with orbits, now that you understand that you can get a bad orbit and how to correct it proactively, I want to talk about one more thing, and that is really the orbit mechanic again, but this is just fascinating to me. And when you think of the orbit mechanic, you might think, okay, as we described before, it picks a direction, it picks an orbit, and then it sends you in that orbit. But in reality, that's not true. And I just told you that to kind of, I guess, get you on the right track in the way of thinking, right? What this blue circle is actually a mirage. Why is it a mirage? Because it changes constantly, right? How do we know that? Let's watch it. Ready? Okay. Watch this blue line. Ready? Just watch it. It's going to pulse. See that? It's really hard to see. You might have to squint. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Here we go. This should be way more obvious now. See this blue line? You see that? Why is it doing that? Why is it shaking? It's not turning, it's shaking. It's actually physically moving. Why is it doing that? Well, it's really simple. And this is how we understand orbit mechanics to work on a fundamental level. Is that the orbit mechanic actually just modifies your velocity and your trajectory to always try to reach an orbit. Alright, so what I've done here, I kind of wanted to do this, but I've been lazy. But I managed to not be lazy, was to record the full spiral of a gas cloud, okay? And here we are in a minor perimeter reservoir. And you can see that we cleared the first cloud, which was down here. This is the warping point, right? This bookmark. We cleared the first cloud, and then you can see where we entered on the second cloud. This is coming from the first to the second. So this is where we started, okay? Maybe we can just kind of like follow it. Now that would be kind of really hard to do. But kind of what I want you to see is here. Yeah, we can go in the middle. That'd be neat. I want you to see that this is one fixed orbit. Right here. Like, I don't know how better to describe this, but when you click orbit, it's not like you just go in a circle around something. You're constantly moving and changing and adjusting. And yeah, you can see that there's a few points where we keep meeting up, right? Here. And here, up top there, right? That's one orbit right there. Try to get our shit back here.
Connecting.
See if it's possible. It's gonna be difficult. We gotta remove really quick. We're gonna have to burn when he comes back. This is starting to piss me off. He's taking so long.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Nah, I don't have time. I gotta get back on the depot spot for sure, 100%. Alright, so we got caught in our Helios by somebody who I'm not even sure if they're like amazing or not. I don't know if they got lucky or if they're really good. It's one of those two, right? So I did a relic site and then I warped to another relic site and they were waiting on the decloak spot or on the warp-in spot and with an Astero and decloaked me, and yeah, I misplayed everything. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good little hunt. So I got my Virtue Pod out, no problem, but we lost the Helios, which very surprising that I lost that. Wasn't expecting that. But we lost it, and so he thought we were solo. We were talking to him for a little bit, and then we brought a bunch of other ships here and scared him, and almost caught his Astero with the Dictor, but missed it just a little bit. And now we are camping his depot with probably a bunch of items in it. So not sure if we'll get it, but we'll try. Aww. There's nothing in it. You just put the heavy stuff. Alright, we got some loot back though. It's about the message or something. I don't even know. I was hoping there'd be some more loot in there. Yo, check that out. That's cool, right? It's been a long time since I've seen an actual gank up close. See if I can get a good angle and stop moving the camera. Concord is just laying into him. Ooh-wee. That's it. Everybody's dead. Very nice. A very nice kill. So this is Sivala, this is a 0.6. So when you bring bustards in here, you better be micro cloak tricking or you better be prepared to die. Pretty wild. So I've noticed this prospect in this low sec system for quite some time. He's just happily huffing away. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. I mean, come on. That's crazy. He's literally on the cloud at 0. Alright. So, this should be pretty simple. Just a simple AFK check to see if they're there. And if they are there, they can get out. If they're not, we can get them. Either way, we should be able to get the gas afterwards, which is exciting. So here's how this works. I literally warp right there instantly. Just like that.
Drive active.
So what's weird is I can't bubble here, and I just realized it's low sec, but we should be able to catch him with the scram anyway. We'll see. There he is. Did I get him? Oh, I missed. Cool, there's a whole other cloud over here and it's the same crap. Wait, what site is this? This is a bright one. How much does a bright hold? 1,000 of each? Oh. Yo, let's go. Yeah, this is a weird one. That green gas that we took earlier, we've managed to parlay this into a triple core play. No joke. We stole the green gas from a Russian fellow, and we talked to him and gave him 50 million ISK for his troubles. Then, as a direct response to that, he decided to befriend us and asked me if I would like to know where more gas is. And of course, me being me, I said, sure. Where's it at? You know what I mean? Thinking he was going to lead me to like a low sec gas site or something like that. I mean, realistically speaking, I had no idea what he was about to show me. And I almost blew him off because I thought that he was maybe a newer player and didn't know what he was talking about. I'm glad I didn't. Turns out he scanned down a wormhole in the very same system I chased him off with the green gas. He scanned down a wormhole with 3 cores inside of it. 2 vital cores and an instrumental core. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing for a bit today and I wasn't planning on playing much longer, but you don't get opportunities like this very frequently, so I'm staring at 3 cores. The instrumental core is done already. Had a little help with that one. Shout out to a Nomad Pal. And I also plan to take the 540s. There's 2 of them, and I think they're full gas. Now, there's no rats here, which means somebody cleared the rats. It's pretty amazing, right? The system is a Rainbow Nights system. So we could run into some people that could stop us, but hey, we've already cleared one site, and nobody's there, so hey. Let's get that money. Get a bunch of cash. Okay, so we are about to enjoy a very special moment in the Nomad process. And that, of course, is when the Orca surfaces for air. This is such a special occasion because it's rare that it happens when the Orca's out there. It usually stays out there for quite some time. Resetting is less common with the Orca than it is a porpoise, right? So what I'd maybe like to do is just sit here for a minute. Literally just sit here. We're chilling. We'll approach this just so we don't get knocked off or something crazy. Target the wormhole. And all we're doing here is we're just waiting that timer to get a bit lower. That's it. Other side's clear. This side's clear. But there's really no incentive to go through, because if we go through now a little early and we try to warp off and like 50 people jump through this wormhole out of cloak, they could kill my orca. But if we wait just another minute here, we can hold our gate cloak on the other side and be safe, right? Ah. Very important. It's also kind of just cool to see the orca sitting here in space. It's a rare sight indeed to see it floating like this in such a dangerous location. And you can tell, you know, not just from the inflection of my voice, but just the casualness in which we're doing some of this stuff, that we really have improved a lot in terms of getting control and knowing what we're getting into. Granted, we're taking more losses now, but that's a symptom of being more comfortable in many ways. So, all right, so it's 1:20. What this means is we punch, because it would be very hard to kill an orca in 10 seconds plus downtime lag. All right, so he's through. We give it just a second. We give it just a second. We watch the other side, see if anybody decloaks. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And then we're gonna warp off. And on this guy,
Warp drive active.
and on that guy, we web them. Flying the orca through K-space is, well, sure, it's nerve-wracking. Quite honestly, it's one of the most vulnerable periods of the entire process for us, but there's something serene about it, right? Almost like a gigantic whale swimming through a shoal of sharks, or battalion of barracudas. This ship is something special. One thing you gotta watch when you do orca parchment hauling, or any parchment hauling for that matter, you need to make sure your cloak's not on cooldown when you come in. Alright, we're in Urncini. We have a chance to get a decent one. Okay, so make sure you cloak immediately. The cloaks with the long cooldown, you want to make sure it's not on cooldown, so that people can't just like immediately combat scan your orca. But once you're in here, you really just need to keep your internet on. If your internet goes off and anybody sees you on D-scan, you're pretty screwed, right? You may have noticed that we started using a Legion earlier in this episode and never really explained why or what our thought process was really leading into that decision. Now, we did mention that the original 3 ships that character was going to pilot was, in some order, right? The Pilgrim, Curse, and Legion. So it's not totally out of the blue that we're flying a Legion. But it is worth noting before we even talk about the ship that the Legion's looting power is inferior to the Pilgrim and Curse, especially the Curse, for its price. And Legion is fairly pricey, so... Originally, I was going to prepare some long-winded segment in my brain, kind of get it ready, and kind of talk about the nuance of, you know, the different levels of nuding power and ranges and stuff. But I think I can boil it down to something way more simple, just way more simple. The Legion lets us brainlessly brawl way more than the Pilgrim and the Curse. Those ships are a little bit tricky to use, and when I multi-box, I often lose complete focus and start tunnel visioning, right? So for me, you know, having brawling ships, and I generally find on wormholes or ambushing people in sites, right? Brawling ships work best, and the fewer the buttons, the better for now. I think I learned with that last practice engagement that, you know, I thought I was better than I actually was. And, you know, I've been pretty humble so far, but it's worth reminding ourselves that we need to dumb it down a bit, because we're still pretty dumb, right? So really the Legion is a culmination of experience at this point in the fact that I am a little bit over my head with stuff like the Pilgrim and whatnot. And it's also just a nice little all-in-one newt pressure boat that'll test the cap of ratting ships while still providing, you know, 600-700 DPS worth of damage. So we're running a ham newt Legion, pretty standard. Not really a whole lot of point in going to Fitz. I think you can do that yourself. But yeah, that kind of explains what we're thinking with that ship. And the goal with the Legion is to be able to be a little bit more in the moment and be able to focus on what's right in front of me instead of worrying about all these modules. Okay, this is incredible. I'm not gonna screw this up. I was peeking in wormholes and saw this pack of really slow industrial ships here. So I'm trying to go with the same plan as before, but actually commit this time. I'm gonna put all my eggs on the porpoise basket here. Because that's where the ISK lies. But I suppose we should put some drones on the Venture so they don't get out while we do this. And maybe get our Eris involved. Our Proteus drifted off. Get him back on the porpoise and get our Eris involved here. Okay, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. Amazing. This is a real-time strategy. I don't care what anybody says. Look at this. So that was pretty successful. I think I just misjudged which one I was attacking. One of them got out, but I think we got everybody except the one. That felt... What is the word for beyond good? That's what that felt. That felt phenomenal. Okay, so I'm currently camping the loot while my blockade runner gets here, and they returned in a Venture, I guess, to try to scoop some of the loot. He's gonna have to warp off here.
Docking request accepted.
Or not. Okay. That porpoise was nice enough to have a mobile depot in its hangar, and it dropped and didn't explode, so I picked it up and launched it and stored the loot in the mobile depot. But there's still some loot that remains outside, so we gotta get that as well. Our blockade runner's pretty close. But I really didn't anticipate this guy to come back and try to scoop it. That's pretty f***ing funny. I hope he doesn't come back. And I hoped wrong.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
He like has polarity and now he's in an incursus. I'm just watching him on the wormhole. I wish he would not do this. And there it is. When you have polarity and you are in a ship without a nullifier, you are effectively at a random spot in space. Just waiting to die. So I gotta admit, this doesn't really feel good doing this, and I should have probably convoed this guy beforehand and told him to stop, but both times he came, I was kind of shocked by it, so... Either way, the blockade runner is quite close now, so I don't think he'll get a third shot at this, so we should be able to peel out of here with our loot intact. Pretty wild, though. Catching that porpoise in those ventures was, man, what a mint moment. Okay, this is actually nuts. I just happened to see a Praxis enter a system I was just AFKing in. And I believe we're gonna go. No way, is he actually gonna go to the other wormhole? Oh no, it looks like he's going up here somewhere. Where is he? Wow, he is slow. That is one heck of a slow warp, dude. Where'd he go? Oh my god, he actually went to the other wormhole. Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. JQH. I could totally bump him off, dude. I have the ships here to do it.
Drive active.
It's just gonna take a damn miracle for me to get him. Dude, I could try here. I mean, I think I'd do it. Yo, he totally went in. Yo, let's see if we can get him. What's the worst that can happen? You know what I mean? I'd have to get a really good bump here, though. That's the key. I have to get a good bump here. Alright, we got one bump, so now we have to go towards the wormhole, right? And then we're gonna have to cut our prop mount off. We're gonna have to come to a stop. We're gonna have to approach again. Overheat. Wait till we're aligned. And then we're gonna go for it. And we can also send him through. I think we're gonna get through here. Get a little bit of heat here on the damage. We'll back up again. Watch our heat. Make sure we don't burn anything out. Go for another little bump. Oh, he's gonna attack me now. Good man, good man. We got the bump. He's doing some good damage. So we can get a little heat going. Oh, did he make it in? No way he made it in. Come on, don't bump him off, bump him off, bump him off. Come on, get it. Get it. Get it. This was such a heads up play. I gotta complete it. Come on, please, please complete. Please. Yes, yes, yes. Yo, that was nasty. Wow. Tell me I recorded all that. Do I have my voice too? Yo, let's go. 38 mil. I was like totally not even paying attention. I just happened to see a Praxis jump through the gate. And lo and behold. Oh, did I just go through? I'm fine, right? I'm not a criminal? Yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, I literally just happened to like see him drop his probes, and I've been looking for a Praxis to drop his probes for a while. You know what I mean? And I've always been trying to find him on the other side of the gate. If you think back to an earlier episode, a long time ago, I was actually looking for that. So to be able to find it is just so wild. I'm also amazed how much damage he did to me. I'm not as tanky as I think, huh? Alright, well. That was wild. So I was hanging out at the office, and there was this guy in a Vargar with a couple buddies, like a Vagabond and something else. They were just flitting around the Dakota gate, being a little bit brazen, to understate it. And yeah, they were picking up a bunch of kills and talking a little smack. And I went and got a coffee and came back and noticed a couple more people in local and took a peek. And sure as heck, looks like someone got Titan bridged and blopsed simultaneously. That's my guess for what I'm seeing here. Rest in peace, Mr. Vargar. You got got. Did he really get off? Oh no, we got him, okay. I was gonna say, like, holy sh... These pretty decent reactions. 30 mil, what the fudge? Cool. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about this. I do see this often. These packs of J spacers in K space. Because of the way we have standing set up, we have like reds and oranges and stuff, but yeah, okay. So I cut off the recording, but I noticed them warp to a wormhole, and I just scanned it down and warped there, and they're still on it, so in we go. Okay, they're all sitting there. So I'm in a passive shield regen Sweeple right now that I was using to clear gas sites for fun, and I'm fairly certain there's nothing they can do to catch me, especially because I have a cloak. But we're just gonna hold gate cloak here, I think. Oh, they're moving. Okay, any stragglers? If there's a straggler, I'll fight him right now because... Nah, nobody... Maybe I should have tried to grab one. Because we're on like a high sec hole, you know what I mean? It's about as safe as it gets. Well, that was pretty wild. I don't dare warp to the Citadel, though. This really is an all too familiar sight. When I first got to J-Space, I kind of just assumed that these errant explorers were a symptom of the shallowness of the space that I was in, but no. These guys are everywhere all the time. Let's see if we can get this guy to leave. I'm tired of killing him. He's gotta leave, right? Okay, thank God. I was like, is this guy gonna just stonewall me? Alright, let's get him out of here. Well, that went well. Let's make sure he actually goes through the hole. Because every once in a while I escort these guys and they try to pull a fast one. There he goes. Good man, good man. How cool is that? That's really neat. Bunch of people mining these clouds. Gotta love it. Maybe we'll take a bite of that. It's kind of like communal gas mining. Feels a little weird, but I like it. And this is like pretty valuable-ish, right? In terms of gas available in high and low. So, yeah. I guess we'll just scoop these until these are gone. That's that. I'm fine with that. Yeah, so this guy is scooping gas with a retriever, which I think is illegal in at least 7 regions of J-Space. This, of course, being one of them. Look. Look at his health. See, somebody already beat him up because he's breaking the law right now. See? Listen, you can't use retrievers to huff gas. This is against everything right in the world. Okay. You know, I think we're gonna secure this one. I don't see any backup coming. I honestly want to know what the heck damaged him. Was it a play or... Huh. I mean... It's hard not to just like killing a barge, you know what I mean? It's like... J-Space's grape, you know? It's just there on the vine. You just pluck it and eat it. It's delicious. It's amazing. Okay, so... kind of confused what this guy's up to. Been watching him in local now for like a half an hour. While watching the outside of a hole. I mean, I tried talking to him. I'm not sure if he just is AFK or what. He's moving. He's not AFK. I think this is somebody who's just brute force mining. They just mine until they die. Whoa, wait. Wait, he ejected something? Oh, is he dropping his ore? Oh man, he knows my Achilles heel. If you drop stuff, I have to let you go. Wow. We got outplayed here, big time. We got outplayed for 4 million worth of crystalline crocite. I mean... man, we are a cheap date. Whew. So the Praxis has quickly become a staple prey for us, really. I mean, I just saw this guy ratting and put my ships in system, and now he's bubbled, and...
Drive active.
I'm gonna line the Eris out. It's so far away, there's no shot that this Praxis can hit me, so... Yeah. Let's kill this thing. Nobody's showing up. We stage our cruisers right next to it. See if we make quick work of this. The Dracovac. Oh, come on. I want to see it spool up so bad. Wait. What the hell is hitting my... What the f*** is hitting my Eris?
Drive active.
Dude, how does this Praxis hit? How far away was that? Oh my god, how bad am I at this game? Wait, I'm actually confused. How did he kill my... How did he kill my Eris that far off? Wait, that's really confusing.
Drive active.
Lost another ship because I was not... I seriously didn't think he could hit that far out, not gonna lie to you. Oh no, wait, did the ship kill me? The battleship killed me? Oh my god. Wait, who's shooting me? Who's shooting me? Who the f is shooting me? Okay, well. They're dying. Not the greatest, but these praxis, these things are food for us now, straight up. I know we killed one in episode 1, but that was like a hassle. This was pretty easy. We just don't know the ranges on these rats clearly. Fair enough. Lesson learned. This last interaction is really special to me because, well, it's not for the most ISK, and really there's no fighting back or anything like that. This is an example of really a culmination of a lot of our hard work and a lot of our processing and understanding of how this game works and everything, right? Through this interaction, we get to show off our understanding of how wormholes work on a fundamental level. We get to show off some of our patience skills and our observation skills, excuse me. And then we really get to do all of it against a fairly reputable group. And of course, you know, everybody has bad days, and there's no shame in what this person went through here, as you'll see by their attitude at the end of it. This really just shows one thing. The Nomad playstyle is inherently antithetic to large group power farming high class playstyles. Yeah, we're not the scariest, we can't kill your Fortizars, but there's no controlling us. The way we play is devastating to groups that rely on things like wormhole safety, right? So with no further ado, let's jump right into this, and you can kind of see what I mean. So this wormhole is a class 5 with a class 3 static, which is a pretty undesirable hole, all things considered. It's pretty much suitable for one person to farm the in-house class 5 statics and maybe hunt out of the C3 to kill some battleships and marauders every so often, right? That's pretty much what it's good for. So it's no surprise that only one guy kind of lives here in a Forza, right? I'm sure there's other people that have stuff here, but he pretty much farms it himself. And he has a lot of characters, just like we do. So what happened was, yesterday, I saw a gas cloud in here, an instrumental core reservoir, and then downtime hit, and then another one spawned. So we had double cores, and we did them. We had no problem taking that gas, and after the gas, we logged out in true strangers, as we tend to. Today we logged on, and we noticed that the resident here was farming with his Varger, right? And more crucially, we realized that he wasn't paying attention to D-scan. This led us to be able to get all the SIGs, realize that there was only one wormhole up, the static, and we realized that this man had sealed the hole and was now casually farming, with no cares in the world. Now, I don't have the ability to kill a Varger. We established this very early on, and while I could potentially tune my crew to kill these marauders with, you know, marauders of my own, that kind of stuff, it's not really something I'm too interested in right now, right? So killing this guy's marauder was not even part of the play, but I realized after watching him for a while that, man, he has no clue I'm in here. I have so many characters in this hole right now, and he thinks he's totally alone. I have to take advantage of this somehow. I can't let this pass. This is too cool, and there could be something to gain from this, right? So I watched, and I waited, and I realized my play was going to be to pop one of his mobile tractor units and take all of his salvage and blue loot, right? That was going to be my play. So he finished the site, took him a while, finished the site, and I got a quick combat scan on the cormorant, hid the probes, as you saw, and I waited. I waited and I waited and I waited. I waited and I waited some more. And what happened next is, well, it was satisfying. Let's just put it that way. It was among the more satisfying moments of a Nomad Tale. Enjoy. You need to understand something about Anoikis. While the idea of seeding holes with ships and striking farming setups is nothing new, the concept of doing it randomly, well, that's something only a Nomad can do. We do it completely immune from politics. We do it on our own schedule. And there is no way to stop it. Okay, so I've been camping this hole for a while, and I just saw a Tengu come in. I don't know if he knew I was here. Why can't I assist? I'm not in a fleet, I don't know if this Tengu is like actually here to fight me or if he has backup, but it looks like he may just be a fish out of water here. It's just a matter of decloaking him. It's going to be really hard when he crashes back through. He's going to be able to decloak on the low sec side, so I don't think there's really a whole lot of chance we're going to get this guy. since we can't bubble both sides, but we're gonna try really hard to decloak him, at least on this side. My heart's going a mile a minute. Hitting cloak! Get the Eris safe. Don't let the Eris get two-shot. Yes, it... Is he moving away? He's moving away from the hole. Wait, is this bait? There's nobody out there. Those are all miners out there. Oh my god, he's moving away from the hole. Can I bump him? Nah, I should probably not. Oh, wow. He's got to start coming back towards the hole or he has no chance. He's trying to get out of the bubble. Oh no. Yo, are we finally going to kill a strat cruiser? Oh my gosh. Holy, look at the damage we're doing to him. Oh my god. We need to get the bubbler. To get the pod. We gotta stop damage. This is going too well. I'm in a state of disbelief. Can I get the bubbler there in time? He's like repping his shield back. I just gotta get within 20. Yeah. And then kill him. Oh my god. Dude, he had a web too, so he was definitely PvP. So there's a chance that this isn't just a 400 mil Tengu. He died so fast though, he couldn't have had a good tank. Alright, let me get safe before I get the loot. Oh my god. 400 million is. Yo, I think this is our biggest solo, well, multi-box solo kill and the most loot we've ever gotten from someone, right? Oh my gosh. I guess he did misplay there by burning away, but at the same time, I'm not even gonna complain. I'm just stoked we killed a strat cruiser with a cloak. Oh. I guess we really do belong here. Okay, Capsulars, that was episode 13 of A Nomad Tale. This episode was bloody. We locked horns with an unscrupulous player and demonstrated exactly why moving around is such a winning strategy in space. Along the way, we talked to a bunch of different factions and got to experience the bright side of a dark place on more occasions than one. After our foray into eviction mechanics, we took a step back and dumbed things down a bit, and the result was we had more success than ever on grid with our ambush and blockading tactics. We showed creative methods of exploiting common mistakes, and of course, made plenty of our own along the way. You know, I hope that you enjoyed yourself and that you learned something new, gained a newfound appreciation for the Nomad playstyle, or just overall had a good time. In the next episode of the series, we're going to be knocking on the door of parts of our Nomad endgame, and it will be glorious. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you again soon.